guys day 3 of the trip here. I'm playing the $300 50K guarantee. Pretty big turnout so far. Not doing so hot though. This is the first break and I'm already down to like 10 big blinds, so gonna have to rebuy or double up here soon. It's just funny because last night I played the 1700 and they're just very, very solid players, all, you know, good regs. Today I play this tournament and they're all just like loose, going 5-handed to the flop, and it's just been a little frustrating, and I haven't been hitting many good cards or flops. When it's loose like that, you pretty much have to get pretty lucky to win a big pot there. But so not doing too hot, but we'll check you guys out at the next break. See ya. All right, I'm at the second break of the 300. A little bit of a roller coaster. I was down to like 5 big blinds at one point, but went on a nice little heater and ran it up to 45 big blinds, which is awesome. And the big hand was I had aces. The one guy, I think he like flopped or turned 2 pair, and I rivered a straight. So that was my big double up. But ever since that big heater early on in the second half, nothing since then. So it's just been card dead, blinds going up, ace queen one time, missed flop, you know. So it's really expensive now, and I'm all the way back down to about starting stacked 25, 27K. So only like 12 big blinds or something like that. So get a lucky double here and get going again. Talk to you later. All right, just busted the 300. Unfortunately, got cooled there. Had kings in the small blind. Only had about 20 bigs left. Under the gun raises ace jack of clubs. He made like 5,500. I jammed for like 40K or something like that. He has ace jack of clubs. The flop is king 10 of clubs, 8 of clubs. So he has a gut shot, an over, and the nut flush draw. And of course he hits the flush on the turn. Actually it was the queen of clubs. So he had a royal flush draw, but I had the king of clubs, but didn't matter. I had a boat draw, obviously. So I wasn't completely dead, but missed, obviously. So brutal way to go out. That sucks. I got the next 300 coming up. I think it's like a survivor tournament that starts in like a half hour. So I'm gonna grab some food real quick. Yeah, talk to you guys later. All right, I am on the first break of the $300 Survivor tournament. It's been a roller coaster. First couple hands in, maybe, I don't know, half an hour in. I had pocket aces, raise, one guy re-raises, I 4-bet, he jams, I call, he has kings, I have aces, king hits, crippled me. Starting stack was like 25K, that crippled me down to like 6K or something like that, and then got aces a couple hands later, doubled to 12, so that was nice. Card dead for about, you know, half hour, and then 3 hands in a row, I had queens, jacks, and tens. Queens, nothing really happened there, just a small raise and take pretty much. Jacks, I ended up making a tight exploitative fold, I think. I raised from under the gun with jacks. I got 2 callers, a large 3-bet from the small blind, and then a very tight player cold called from the big blind. So I was next to act and I tanked for a bit. And I know it was like a tighter fold because I had about 30 big blinds at the time. So it was probably a jam there, but I ended up making a fold, which I'm glad I did because he had ace king and an ace hit on the flop. So it was probably a tight fold pre, but I just happened to get lucky and fold there. Then the very next hand I had tens, raised again, I think small blind. A couple people came along, small blind led into me on the flop. The flop was like 7-8 deuce or something like that. I raised to like 6K, he just flatted, and then the turn's an ace. He checked, I jammed because I only, you know, had about pot size bet left, and he called, so he had ace-7, he had 2 pair. My set of tens held. I said that wrong, sorry. It was 10, 6, 8, so I had a set of tens. I flopped a set of tens, sorry. So anyways, that was a big double, that was a huge double. And then like, again, like 2 hands later, or a couple hands later, pocket sevens from the cutoff. Someone raised from like under the gun +1. I decided to just flat. It went 4-way to the flop. That was the flop that was like 6-8 deuce. 4 checks around. Turned the 10, so I turned up and down straight draw. The original raiser made it like 1.2K into a pot of like 5K. So since there was no action on the flop, I decided to try to take it right then and there since I had an up and down straight draw and a pair. So I raised to like 5K and went fold. He jammed it was only like 4K more. So I called, he had ace high, called with ace high because he thought I was on a flush draw, but thank God he missed on the river. So that was another big pot. Now I'm up to about 55K, which is awesome. So again, started with 25K, went down to about 6K, amazing, good run of cards and good play, up to 55K. So doing good so far. Hopefully we'll keep up to the next break as well. All right, on break right now, second break, have 92,000, which is awesome. Not many too notable hands. One guy tried to bluff into my quad 10s, didn't work out for him. Another guy tried to get fancy with queens when I had ace king and flopped an ace. That was a good pot. And then basically the other two were just 2 all-ins, and I just won coin flips. So got up to 110K, but the problem I'm having right now is I have a big stack, monster stack on my left, who's been drinking, has been loose and aggressive, and then another player just sat down who's pretty much the same. So I keep butting heads with him, and I don't want to do that, obviously. So been pretty tight the last hour, nothing too eventful, but hey, 92K, I'll take it. A lot of players left, far from the money or anything like that. So I'll update you guys soon. See ya. All right, we're out of the 300 Survivor, unfortunately. I got up to 110K, which is great, but as soon as I sat down from that break, I ran 10s into jacks, and that was for 15 big blinds. So I dropped down to like, I don't know, 75K. It's like a quarter of my stack, and then just went completely freaking card dead for like 3 hours just sitting there, or 2 hours. Nothing really notable happened. I had like ace 10 and ace jack offsuit, raised from like cutoff and hijack, and raise boards complete opposite. You know, c-bets didn't work. Just blinded out to pretty much 10 big blinds, and jammed king queen suited on the cutoff, and just ran into kings on the button, unfortunately, for 10 big blinds. So I'm out of that tournament. I was about 15 spots from the money, so again, pretty disappointing, but it's all right. That's poker. We'll get them next time. Talk to you guys later. First break of the 400. I'm at 24K right now. Starting stack was 20K. A little bit of a rough start. I got down to like 13K because just have a bunch of loose aggressive players playing like 6-3 offsuit. The guy on my left's got like 80K already, knocking people off, boating on the river with 6-3 offsuit. I'm like, is that your favorite hand or something? He's like, no, you have to get lucky and play every hand to win tournament. I'm like, oh, that's gonna last for like an hour maybe. Good luck winning the tournament like that. So I was down a little bit, but then won a big coin flip, so 24K. So not too bad. We'll keep it up though. Okay, out of the 400, unfortunately, I had Jack 9 of spades raised from the hijack. It goes call, and then the flop is Jack 9 for 2 spades. I bet about half pot. Small blind raises to like 6K. I make it 14K, and he just jams. The reason I raised was obviously it was a multi-way pot, and there was a player that called my original bet on the flop. So with Jack 9, there's a lot of straight and flush draws. I mean, they're probably gonna call anyways. I think it's worth a raise, and he had kings, which shocked the hell out of me because he didn't 3-bet pre, which is an idiot play by him because he's gonna be, that was from the small blind too, so he would have been multi-way, out of position against 3 players with kings. You don't wanna do that. Stupid play, and it cost me because, of course, he spiked the king on the turn. So that crippled me big time. I was doing good too. I got up to, starting stack was 20K, I got up to 28, 29K. That crippled me down to like 7K. So I just sat playing 17 big blinds, 15 shorter and shorter, and then just card dead, and then just jammed ace 5 of spades, which is to me like the nut low. Ran into ace 10, which to me was kind of a loose call by him, but the board runs out like king 3-3. So I'm like chopping pretty much with him. Oh, and ace too. So we both have aces and threes with a king, so we're chopping, and then a king rivers. So now he's got aces and kings with a 10 kicker. So it was a very brutal, kind of cooler to go out that way too, but it is what it is. I am done with Tampa, so I'm just gonna chill at the pool the rest of the day, and then tomorrow morning we're getting up bright and early and driving out to Jacksonville. So I'll check you guys out there.